Hi everyone, I'm back with another recipe and today I'm making a bean bake and have a little treat today because I have my very own camera woman. I am cooking for my friend Jessica. That's her hand. Okay, so to make this recipe you will need some butter beans, kidney beans, some low fat cheese, a little bit of milk, leeks, some mushrooms, tinned tomatoes, a bit of butter. You can either use plain flour, but I haven't got any, so I'm using corn flour, tomato puree, and whatever herbs or flavourings you want. I'm using oregano. Okay, so I've chopped up the leeks and the mushrooms, and I'm cooking for 2 people, so I've used 2 leeks and 4 mushrooms, but obviously add more or less depending on how many you are cooking for. Right, so I preheated the oven to 180 degrees, and that's just preheating while I've prepared vegetables and frying stuff. You're also going to need a saucepan for your cheese sauce, a frying pan, and then a big pot or dish for the actual bake. Right, I'm just adding some fry light to my pan, putting it up on quite a high heat to start with. I just want that to heat up. Okay, so I'm just adding my leeks and mushrooms. Fry those up for a minute or 2. I don't know how many beans you would want for more than 2 people because I'm using a whole tin of butter and kidney beans. So I guess if you were cooking before you'd double it, but that seems quite a lot, quite excessive. And I don't know about Jessica, but I like quite big portions, so you probably don't.
I do too,
So,
gotta say.
Oh, mushrooms escaping. So they've browned off a bit now, and I'm going to add the beans. So I don't know if people haven't used like tin beans before, you have to drain them first, which I've just done. I'm just going to add the whole tin, butter beans, and the kidney beans. And just mix them about a bit. And then you want to add your tinned tomatoes as well, and I'm using 2 tins, like 2 people, so 1 per person I guess. Give it a good mix. It doesn't matter if it obviously doesn't get reheated because it is going in the oven for quite some time. And then you also want to add your flavourings at this point. I love oregano. Add some Worcestershire sauce as well.
Oh, I love that.
Just try and mix it all in. Hopefully other people have bigger frying pans. Okay, so I'm taking that off the heat now. I'm just going to wait, and I'm going to make my cheese. I'm going to make my cheese sauce. You probably could do the cheese sauce at the same time as that bit, but it's quite like you've got to keep stirring it, and I like to do 2 things separately. Okay, so I'm just going to weigh out my corn flour. I'm going to put in about 20 grams. If you start making your sauce and you find it too liquidy, then you can always add more flour because that will make it. What's the word I want?
Thicker.
Thank you. That will make it thicker.
Teamwork.
Yeah. Okay, I'm just using a little dessert spoon to get my butter out, and I'm going to weigh out about 20 grams of butter, I think. That should be enough. And what we want to do is put it on quite a low heat and just melt the butter. And then you're going to add the flour. You need a spoon to stir your sauce. Don't come on over. So the butter is melting nicely. Just wait for that little clumpy bit to go. And then I'm going to throw in the flour.
I'm just going to warn you now, we're getting a battery flashing here. So let's rattle.
In it goes. Let's wrap this up. Oh no. It just needs to last the butter bit. Okay, it goes really lumpy really quickly, which is quite scary. But just be patient.
Don't be alarmed.
Don't be alarmed, because we're going to add milk in a minute. It's going to be magical. Okay, so the batch just died, but that's what your sauce looks like when you've added the flour and the butter. You'll slowly add your milk. I don't measure the milk out too much. It's just sort of what just looks right to me. A little bit. Give it a stir. It's going to go lumpy. Nothing wrong with a lumpy sauce. If your sauce looks like this, don't worry. Either it will sort itself out, or we'll both have lumpy sauce.
It's thickening up nicely.
Right. Oops. More milk is needed. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add the cheese next, and then I'll add more liquid if I feel...
If need be.
Yes. So, you're going to want to measure out about 60 grams of cheese, and if you want to watch your calorie intake, you should probably use low fat. You'll also need a cheese grater, and I'm going to grate it not on heat because I don't want the sauce to freak out. Okay, so I've grated on my cheese. I'm just going to stir it in. This is definitely going to need some more milk or water. Ooh! Turn that down. Is it? That's not sauce, is it? Would you have any tips as an expert sauce maker, Jessica?
No, I think you're doing a fantastic job yourself.
Thank you.
I think the key, isn't it, is just to not let it catch. Keep stirring it. It's the stirring really that makes the sauce.
Yes.
And I think, you know, if you leave it, turn your back, disaster strikes.
Never leave a sauce unattended. That's why I make the main bit first.
Okay.
And then all my attention.
Because it, you know, this hasn't taken long at all, has it?
It takes what, like 5 minutes?
Yeah.
Especially if you prepare all your stuff beforehand, like grate all the cheese first. So it's quite a quick meal. Quick and easy, what we like. And healthy. Look at that.
I reckon, that is a good sauce.
You love it. Do you want it any more liquidy or?
No, that looks good to me.
Right. Okay, so that is your sauce. Hopefully it will look something like this, or a little bit less lumpy than mine. Get your big pot and throw in. Oh my god, that's so heavy. Put your mixture in. Try not to make a mess. Ooh. Okay. And this meal is so healthy because you've got 4 of your 5 a day in it. 5 of your 5 a day in it actually. The tin tomatoes are one, beans are one, and then obviously your veg. Couldn't be healthier. An expert's safe to have pulses with every meal. And then throw in some sauce. Right. So it's up to you how much sauce you want in your meal. But what I'm going to do is stir this lot in. And then I'm going to make a little bit more sauce just to put it on the top so the top goes crispy. I just made a bit more cheese sauce and I'm just going to pour that over the top so you've got a nice topping of sauce there. Okay, and that's what it should look like before we put it in the oven. And we're just going to pop it in there for about 20 to 30 minutes. But you want it until it's golden on top. It's been in there 20 minutes. See how it looks. It's heavy. that is the finished product. Does it look good?
Very good. I can't wait to eat it.